Hello, Commanders fans. Today, we have some hot news that you can't miss, so get ready because there's a lot of important information coming your way. Before we begin, we'd like to take this opportunity to subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell, and stay up to date on all the news about our Washington Commanders. Don't forget to leave a like, which greatly strengthens our community and helps bring this content to the most passionate fans of the team. Now, without further ado, let's get straight to today's news. The Washington Commanders may be eyeing the signing of cornerback Jaylen Watson as part of their defensive overhaul for next season. The projected contract is around 3 years, worth approximately $37.42 million, a considerable investment, but one that could be justified given the team's urgent needs in the secondary. Strengthening the cornerback position appears to be one of the franchise's clearest priorities this offseason. Trey Amos and Mike Sainristil are expected to be on the roster for Week 1, but the retention of other players remains uncertain. The potential departure of Marshon Lattimore, for example, is gaining traction, mainly due to the positive financial impact his release would bring, approximately $18.5 million in salary cap savings. Furthermore, Jonathan Jones, Noah Igbinoghene, and Antonio Hamilton Sr. are heading into free agency, further increasing the feeling of a rebuilding phase in that area. With Amos and Sainristil representing the new generation of defensive players, it becomes crucial to add a young but already high-level tested player to the group who can offer immediate consistency in coverage and leadership on the field. It is precisely in this scenario that Jaylen Watson emerges as an extremely interesting alternative. Currently, with the Kansas City Chiefs, Watson has demonstrated constant improvement and possesses physical characteristics that fit the profile desired by defensive coordinator Daron Jones, such as good wingspan, strength in contact, and the ability to keep up with athletic receivers. Another factor that could favor Washington is the Chiefs' complicated financial situation, as they are currently projected to exceed the salary cap by more than $54 million. If the Kansas City franchise fails to make significant adjustments, keeping Watson on the roster may become unfeasible. Given this context, the Commanders would have a valuable opportunity to act quickly in the market and try to secure the signing of a defensive player with the potential for growth and immediate impact. If the front office truly intends to strengthen the secondary and provide more solidity to the defense for the upcoming season, Jaylen Watson could become one of the most strategic targets this offseason. The Washington Commanders may be eyeing the signing of safety Bryan Cook as part of an urgent overhaul of the team's defensive secondary. Projected contract, 4 years, $56.76 million. As has already been discussed internally, the franchise needs to rebuild its safety options virtually from scratch. With the arrival of defensive coordinator Daronte Jones, the expectation is for a more versatile defense, capable of alternating between 3-4 formations and lightweight 2-5 packages. This type of scheme requires athletic, intelligent players capable of performing in multiple roles, something that the Commanders' roster currently simply does not possess consistently. Selecting a young talent in the draft would be a more financially accessible solution with long-term potential. However, if Jones intends to accelerate the defensive rebuilding process and make the most of this opportunity in Washington, adding an experienced name, already tested in big NFL games, may be essential. In this scenario, Bryan Cook emerges as an extremely interesting option. Kansas City Chiefs safety John Cook could become available in free agency due to salary cap limitations faced by the reigning champion team. Cook is known for his explosive playing style, good defensive reading, and ability to contribute both in coverage and against the run, characteristics that would fit perfectly into the system Jones intends to implement. Furthermore, the former Cincinnati star is at his physical and technical peak at 26 years old, bringing with him 2 Super Bowl wins and experience in decisive games. His evolution in recent seasons reinforces the perception that he still has room for growth and can assume a leadership role in a new defense. A potential signing would represent a strong statement of intent from the Commanders this offseason. However, if Cook does indeed become available, it's almost certain that several other franchises will also show interest, making the competition for his talent quite fierce. The Washington Commanders may be looking closely at the free agent market for reinforcements to their interior defensive line, and one name that has emerged as a possibility is Logan Hall. The projected contract for the defender is around 3 years and approximately $23.93 million, a value considered relatively accessible within the current reality of the NFL. Although there are rumors that the franchise is willing to allow Darren Payne to fulfill the final year of his contract before making a definitive decision about his future, the need to strengthen the interior defensive line remains evident. The arrival of Javon Kinlaw, which generated great expectations due to the significant financial investment, ended up starting disappointingly and has not yet delivered the expected impact. Johnny Newton, on the other hand, demonstrates qualities mainly as a quarterback pressure specialist, but still lacks complete consistency against the run. Even with a considerable amount of resources already committed to this position, General Manager Adam Peters will need to act intelligently and with balance when evaluating potential signings. In this scenario, Logan Hall appears as an interesting alternative precisely because he combines relatively controlled cost with tactical versatility. Throughout his 4 seasons with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Hall has shown the ability to play both defensive end and line up on the interior of the line, offering flexibility to the defensive scheme. Furthermore, he has shown consistent improvement in run defense and maintains the ability to quickly penetrate the opponent's backfield, characteristics that could become even more valuable if defensive coordinator Durante Jones implements a 3-4 base formation more frequently in Washington. Given these circumstances, the potential signing of Logan Hall emerges as a strategic move that could help solidify the Commanders' defensive line without excessively compromising salary cap space, while adding youth, versatility, and growth potential to the unit. The Washington Commanders may find in Arnold Ebiketie an important piece to strengthen their defense next season. According to recent projections, the defender could sign a contract of approximately 3 years worth $27.03 million, an investment considered accessible given the team's urgent needs in pressuring the opposing quarterback. Reinforcing the edge rusher position should be one of the franchise's main priorities this offseason. Prospect David Bailey, a standout from Texas Tech, continues to gain strength in the 2026 NFL draft projections and already appears as a possible 7th overall pick for the Commanders. Even so, relying solely on a rookie would hardly solve all the defensive pressure problems the team has presented. Currently, Dorrance Armstrong Jr. is practically the only reliable name on the roster in this position, but his physical condition is a cause for concern. Coach Dan Quinn revealed that the player is recovering from a significant knee injury, which further increases the urgency for reinforcements. Other names like Javonte Jean-Baptiste and free agent Jacob Martin have the potential to contribute within a rotation, but none of them currently offer the security of a consolidated starter. It is in this scenario that Arnold Ebiketie emerges as an extremely interesting alternative. Although he has never led the league in sack statistics, the defender stands out as a complete edge rusher, combining physical strength against the run with explosiveness and a variety of movements to pressure the quarterback. His ability to perform in a balanced way in different defensive situations makes him a valuable piece for any system.